6 p.m. Thanks, everyone, very much for coming. Crystal, do we have a quorum, please?
Yes, Mayor Moss is present. Councilmember Contreras present. Councilmember Gillian present. Councilmember Renavon present. Mayor Pro Tem Young present. And Councilmember Humboldt present.
Thank you. This time, would you please rise? Pastor Ted Kitchens of Christ Chapel is going to lead us in the invocation and the pledge.
Council, thank you for allowing our community to thrive from your hard work. I know you miss families and be at home. We see it and know it and enjoy it. So let me invoke God. Father, thanks for individuals who sacrifice other time so that our community really could thrive. So the Will Park could be a place where people want to live, a place where we're safe and we can exercise our faith, can work, can love, can eat, can enjoy, can laugh, can worship, all the things that make a community healthy. Thank you that this committee sacrifices their time, their education, their ability to give mix to be able to see to it that happens. So I ask that your good favor on them tonight, knowing that they're making decisions that do make a difference in all our lives. May they do it with a sense of joy and humility, and may those decisions they make tonight make them feel good when they put their head on the pillow this evening. Bless this meeting, Lord. Give it your good favor. We pray this in Christ's name. Amen.
Amen.
And now the place of the time. We can see the end too.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ted, thank you. First item on the agenda is to approve the city council minutes of May 22nd, 2023. Do we have a motion, please?
Make a motion that we approve the minutes for regular meeting of May 23rd, 2023.
Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor? Thank you. Second item is to review and discuss the 2023 budget calendar. Mr. Grimes.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. In your packet, you have a preliminary and a proposed budget calendar for your review. The first one will be a budget workshop. I've got one scheduled. If we need to schedule more, clearly we can. I've got that scheduled for next week, or excuse me, not next week, in 2 weeks. Next week I'm not going to be here. And so I've got that on the docket for that. If that's a problem for someone, that date's flexible. We can move that if we need to. We will file a proposed budget with the city secretary on July the 7th. That would allow us, excuse me, to adopt a budget no earlier than August the 8th at an August council meeting. I do not anticipate us to adopt the budget on August the 8th, but that allows us the opportunity to start the clock, if you will. July 25th, I get the certified appraisal tax roll from the CAD. That will not be the tax rate worksheet. They changed that statute, I think, 2 years ago. So I'll get all our information, but I won't get our tax rate information at that time. However, that information will allow me to start calculating the tax rate for our purposes as far as M&O and interest and sinking goes. I propose on the 8th of August that we'll have a record vote adopting the proposed tax rate of M&O and interest and sinking. We're going to need 4/5 of the council present at the August 8th meeting. We'll run an ad later that week on the 11th in the community news, the tax rate ad that we always have to run. And then we can adopt the budget and set the tax rate at the August 22nd meeting, where again, I'm going to need 4/5 of council present to take action. This is the calendar that we've always worked with. It's probably more than we need statutorily, I believe, Pat, because we're going to go below the no new revenue rate. And so we're going to go significantly below the no new revenue rate. And so we're going to keep this calendar as we've always done. So you'll see some language in there that says this budget will raise more money, blah, 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 blah. That's not going to be the case, but I just kept that boilerplate language in there from last year. Is that clear as mud?
Do I have a motion to accept the dates?
Make a motion that we accept the dates for, as laid out by the city manager.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and second. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor? Thank you. Item number 3, to approve a contract with Dwayne Barrett for food, pool, and hotel motel inspection services. Bill?
Council, this is the same contract that you approved 1 year ago. In fact, it will expire as of tomorrow. There is nothing, no change except the date. We'll do an annual. It will expire 1 year from 2024, but all the fees are remaining the same. We're going to provide city-owned inspection services. We're asking for approval of this contract.
Hey, Bill, are this normally just a year-long contract?
Yes, we'll probably look at something, try to get with city attorney and try to make this where we can just go out and do this annually, but we've got to stretch it out very far.
Whatever works for y'all.
Do we have a motion to approve the contract?
I'll make a motion to approve a contract renewal with Dwayne Barrett for food, pool, and hotel motel inspection services.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor? Thank you. Item number 4, to award bid for Phase 2 drainage project. Derek?
Thank you, Mayor, Council. On May 25th, we took bids for what we call the Phase 2 drainage. This is the remainder of the drainage projects that were included in the drainage bond package that passed a couple of years ago. You may recall that the Phase 1 was bid some time ago, it was under construction, and is, the total on that was $731,035. That, along with the portion of the street project which pertains to drainage that we included in the drainage project, totaled $2.42 million. And the total bond package that was passed was $3.865 million. The bids that we received had several areas. I'll rattle through them really quickly, but it's the big channel on Crown Point, going across from J.D. Coles, just south of there. El Chico and Surrey culverts coming off the big channel that we're doing under Phase 1. Eventually goes through both of those culverts. We're upsizing those. The ditch along Chuck Wagon down at IH-20. The ditch in the big drainage area just to the side of the East Parker County Chamber building, where it holds water. A channel at Castlemont that drains back toward Little Park North. Channel just north, just on the uphill side of the big slope coming down on Little Park North, and then the ditch along Stagecoach Trail on the west side where the back side of those houses with the decorative fence. Those totaled, for all of those, that totaled $1.018 million. So the total with the Phase 1, the street project drainage components, and this is $3.5 million. We've got about $250,000 in soft costs. So that brings the total up to about $3.756 million. So we're below the number that the bond package included. Leaves a little bit of money for contingency, and so our recommendation is to award it to the low bidder, which was JR Construction, for the $1.085.
Any questions for Derek?
Yeah, Derek, on number 1 of the breakdown of the project, so when you get a lot of rain coming in on Crown Point, that area floods on the street bad, and that's going to fix this part, correct? Or
So you're
it's
saying
part,
that-
how it runs down the hill towards,
What it will do, right now, water is backing up in the channel.
okay,
The bigger issue, I think, the impetus behind the project was, that's causing a bunch of silting and stopping up of the channel upstream of Crown Point. But this will resolve that, and it will also, any drainage that's coming in from any direction there, it should alleviate some of that. It's not going to directly affect the drainage in the street itself,
Okay.
other than reducing the backups that are occurring.
Perfect.
Any other questions? Do we have a motion, please?
I move to award the bid for Phase 2 of the drainage project to JRM Construction in the amount of $1,018,595.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor? Thank you. Thank you, Derek. This time, the council will go into executive session at 6:11 PM to discuss Section 551071, status of negotiation, potential litigation with HAF Engineering, and personnel matters to deliberate the appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment, duties, discipline, or dismissal of a public officer, employee, chief of police position. 6:11 PM, we're going into executive session.
What?
Did we get the audio?
7:01.
Rose, we got the audio working? Okay.
I hear you loud and strong. Thank you, Rose. We're coming out of executive session at 7:01 PM. And we have a motion pertaining to the, I'm sorry,
Item number 6.
item number 6. Do we have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion that we appoint Daniel Franklin in the full-time position of Chief of Police, effective immediately.
Second.
Any other questions or discussion? All in favor? Thank you.
Didn't see that coming, did you?
Yes, sir. Okay, now look at me.
Allergies.
Yeah.
Next staff meeting is going to be interesting. The next staff meeting is going to be interesting.
I'd like to, Mayor, as mayor, I'd like to thank everyone for their cooperation. We have a great group of people up here, council people. We don't always agree on everything, but we come to agreements, and I appreciate that very much. I commend City Manager Grimes and his staff, and I think Candy can concur, Willow Park is in a good place. So, thank you, everyone. Mr. Grimes.
I will have preliminary budgets to you guys in preparation for the budget workshop sometime next week-ish. I am leaving tomorrow to go to a legislative update in Georgetown, Texas, not Georgetown, Virginia. We look to close on the 21st of next week, next Wednesday, I believe, on the building. And so far, there's been no issues there. We have a holiday on June 19th, as does the county, the state, and the feds. So our offices will be closed on June 19th. I will be out of town on personal business on the 20th and 21st. Possibly even the 22nd. I do appreciate you guys working with me with my mom's health issues, and I appreciate y'all giving me some grace moving forward on some of those things.
Any council comments?
Congratulations, Chief Franklin.
Absolutely. I think we made a great choice there. Top guy of the list, so congratulations. Know you do good things.
Motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? Thanks, everyone.